Okay, today I'm going to beat Mario 64 100%. Okay, today I'm going to beat Mario 64 100%. Okay, today, who am I kidding? I'll never 100% this game. I did it.
He did it.
I did it!
He did it.
Video games, huh? They sure are freaking terrible. Video games can be so frustrating as you die over and over again, causing you to no longer even enjoy what you're doing, losing so much progress in an instant. That was my impression of a little bitch. Video games, or at least many of them, aren't meant to make you feel happy 100% of the time. Sometimes they're there to make you hate your entire existence. If a video game is just incredibly easy without any challenge, well, it makes actually completing it feel a whole lot less rewarding. But sometimes just getting the ending in a game doesn't quite scratch the itch when it comes to difficulty in games. Sometimes you might want to go above and beyond and 100% of the game, not only giving you a greater challenge, but also giving you more bang for your buck. It's a win-win scenario. More like lose-lose. This is Mario 64. Well, does this mean this is the 64th Mario game? This is the first ever 3D Mario adventure, and for what it is, screw this game. The thing about Mario 64 is that even though, yes, it revolutionized gaming as a whole and still has some merit today, it also invented Rainbow Ride. So for years, due to games lack of polish and its later levels, its less reliable controls, I never got around to 100%ing it, like I do most Mario games. But recently, something changed that. I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's more than one! And after celebrating, dread quickly loomed over my head because I remembered something. I promised to rank every 3D Mario star ever. But how am I supposed to do that when I haven't even played every 3D Mario star? I've only ever really got 90 or so stars in this game. So knowing that I need to do this to please at least 2 people, I did it. I got every single star in this game. I know to many that isn't really that impressive. I mean, some people are playing this game with their feet, which is something I don't even have, so way to rub it in, Nathaniel B. However, to me, this was my Goliath, a task I failed to do for years. As a kid, I could never do this, but now I had no excuse. I had to do it. This is how I 100% Mario 64 after all of these years. So what exactly do I have to do to 100% this game? Well, for one, I have to beat the game. No shit. Which required me fighting Bowser 3 times and collecting 70 stars. But that wasn't just it for me. I had to collect 50 more stars and get all the caps in the game. So needless to say, I had more than one thing to do. On top of all of that, I had to play the damn game. Mario 64 doesn't control that bad. It just doesn't control that great. Just comparing Mario 64 to Odyssey, you can tell that Mario 64 came first by a decent bit. It doesn't age all too great. I mean, just look at Mario's move pool. He's got the most moves out of any Mario game, which on paper sounds good, but half of them are just useless and pointless, like Mario can breakdance. Why? And on top of that, this camera. To be fair, this was one of the first ever games with camera controls, so it's expected to be a little bit bad. But man, this is just unacceptable. The camera doesn't work like modern day cameras in games. Instead, you get like 5 preset camera angles you can switch between. You can't adjust it freely, and on top of that, sometimes you don't even get to do that. You can try to get the camera at the perfect angle, but then the game just yells at you saying, no, you can't do that. And even when you do have it at the perfect angle, the game just says, no, that's not good enough, and it just changes the angle automatically, causing you to mess up jumps. There's another game in the Mario series that does something similar, being Mario Galaxy, but in that game, every camera angle is perfectly tailored so you can see everything you need to. And also, that game is far more linear than Mario 64, so it just hurts the game's exploration. But to be fair, complaining about this game isn't going to get me anywhere. That's not the point of this video. I'm not here to review Mario 64. I'm here to 100% this game. Let's do this. The first floor. Now, I've previously gotten every star on this floor, so you can imagine that this was pretty easy. There were only 2 stars that gave me issues. Little Penguin Lost and the Wing Cap stage. Now, one thing that you often see when you see professionals play this game, like our dear friend Nathaniel B play Mario 64, they often perform cool skips in the game, and like an idiot, I wanted to perform one of these skips. This is the penguin skip. Basically, you jump off a cliff, naturally, but then you turn around and deliver the baby penguin in record time. I couldn't do this trick. I tried again and again and again. It just was not working for me. I kept hitting this stupid wind gust and dropping the penguin and bonking into the wall, or just falling. But then I did it. Wow, I sure saved so much time by doing that. Instead of just spending one attempt doing it the right way, I instead spent 20 doing it this way. The other problem I encountered was the win cap stage. I got all of the coins and everything was going super well. Then I missed 2. Just 2. I could have just swallowed my pride and died and started over and got it done in like a minute. But no! I needed to do this on my first attempt. So then I spent 10 minutes trying to get these 2 coins. Yeah, I'm an idiot. You should get used to it. Other than that, yeah, the first 4 is pretty easy. But I knew it would be. The hard stuff is coming soon, just you wait. Basement. But the difficulty doesn't come in yet, because the basement went shockingly well. I only died a couple times in shifting Sailing during the 100 coin star, but other than that, this went really well. Like, I thought Hazy Maze Cave was going to suck. And I mean, it did, but I did everything on my first try. Then realizing I had close to 70 stars, I got 1 star in Dire Dire Docks and took on Bowser in the Fire Sea. Frick this stage, man. I can't explain why this stage makes me tweak out so much. I died again and again by honestly stupid mistakes. You think I can defend this crap? It was late at night. I just played Mario 64 for 3 straight hours. I was just done with it at this point, but I needed to beat the game today. That was the goal, get 70 stars on day 1, and on day 2 get the next 50. But it was getting tiring, man. But I did it, and now getting 2 more stars from these 2 toads, I had 70 stars. That was my goal for today, but I had this urge. It wasn't midnight yet, so let's try to beat the final boss. By the time I was done, it was 1 AM. The main final level wasn't that bad, actually. Sure, it was a decent challenge, but it wasn't the worst. But then I played the Bowser fight. I hated this fight. Why? Because I'm bad at it. I can't throw Bowser to save my life. So in all the other fights, I just slowly inched towards the bombs, and boom, I was done. But after throwing Bowser twice, he does this. And I do this. I died again, trying to aim this guy's dumbass, but eventually, I did do it. Then I watched the credits. Normally, this is all I play in Mario 64. Just get to the end. But that's not all I have to play this time. Because I knew the next day, I had a lot more to do. I may have only had 49 stars left, but those would be a lot harder than these 70 stars. Dire Dire Docks. Now you may be saying, why is Dire Dire Docks its own section? Because it's the worst. This is the worst 3D Mario stage. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Every starter besides like 1 is just terrible. Like after this, when I rank all the stars in this game, most of these stars are in D and F tier. That's how bad this is. And the worst of them all is the 100 coin star. I generally don't hate 100 coin stars. In fact, one of my favorite stars in this game is a 100 coin star. However, for every 100 coin star I love, there's like 2 more I hate, and one of them is Dire Dire Docks. For one, there's only 106 coins, so basically, you have to find them all to get it. And on top of all of that, the coins can jump scare you. Mario 64 has a pretty bad rendering distance, but in most levels it's honestly not that bad. But here it is! Coins are just actually invisible. Like from most distances, you can't see the coins, so unless you have a guide, I hope you're like aimlessly swimming around for hours. And it's not just that, I mean some of these coins are in stupid spots, like here. Why are there like 5 coins here? Does Nintendo hate kids? But I got it done. On to the upstairs. Upstairs. Now this is the part where we're starting to get to stars I've never actually played. But first, we do a couple of stages that I've actually done before, being Snowman's Land, Tall Tall Mountain, and Now the Hell Begins. Next is Wet Dry World, and for the most part, this stage makes me depressed. I don't know why, there's just something about this stage that makes me feel apathetic, man. In truth, only one of these stars was actually a challenge, and the rest were super easy, but I don't know. I can't explain why this stage makes me feel so apathetic towards my current situation. Looking it up, I'm not the only person who feels this way, but it's just super interesting to think about. Oh yeah, screw Secrets and Shadows in Sky. This is one of Mario 64's just stupid stars. Basically, the devs needed to get the game out now, and decided to say screw it and just have the player find random crap. There is no way of telling what these secrets are, because they're just completely random. And yeah, I looked this up, can you blame me? This and one other star basically forced me to look up the solution. I mean, how is anyone supposed to figure this out? Don't be surprised if this gets dead last in the ranking video. But other than that, Wet Dry World was honestly painless. And shockingly, so is Tiny Huge Island. The only problem being another damn secret star. And this one could have been at least decent if they changed the name. Unlike Dire Docks, these actually do have a through line. All of them are in a tiny version of the island and are found in holes. Now, two things. One, how are these secrets? And two things, how are these secrets? Here, let me fix this. Instead of calling the star Secrets on Tiny Huge Island or whatever the stupid name is, let's call it Tiny Secrets in the Holes. You still keep the secret moniker if you really want that. Players at least now know they're looking for holes at least in a tiny part of the island. So there, the problem is solved. Or you could just remove this stupid star, that works too. Okay, though this is weird. The other stars in Tiny Huge Island I've never tamed and they're going super well. Easy actually. Was I overhyping Mario 64's difficulty? Am I not bad at video games? Well, I'm sure it's all gonna change when we get to the upstairs. Okay, what is this section of that castle actually called? I always used to call it the observatory, but that's definitely not the official name, so let's look this up. I guess it's just called the third floor. Well, that's lame. I'll just call it the bad floor to save us all time. The bad floor is home to the worst of Mario 64. Or at least that's what I thought. With the exception of one star, I got every star here on my first try. That's cool and all. But I died like 100 times getting the Rainbow Ride's 100 coin star. Rainbow Ride 100 coins. Yes, this gets its own section because I said so. This star is actually probably one of my favorites in the entire game. It's total BS, the hardest star in the game. But I had so much fun formulating a route to get this star. So here's my winning strategy. First, get this random points on the first carpet ride. Thankfully, this is the only carpet ride you have to do. Then get 2 more rings and kill Lakitu. He can be annoying sometimes with how his coins spawn, but most of the time you can get all of them pretty easy. And also, if you can't grab them, just reset. You aren't that far along. Now go to Red Coin Maze, where here you'll get most of the coins. First, kill these 2 bombs for 2 easy coins, and here's the tricky part. The blue coins. This is a necessity since most of the coins are here. You have to perform a bunch of wall jumps, and wall jumps in Mario 64, well, they aren't fun. They require a lot more precision, but with a bit of practice you'll eventually get it. Then grab the red coins. It's impossible to mess this part up, so just take your time and rest a little. Then go over to the main platforming section of the course and you're going to complete the obstacle course. This really isn't that hard, but after all you just did, your nerves are going to be completely tense. Meaning you could do what I did and die at 99 coins, proceeding to completely crash out. Then once you do it, you did it. And now you can take pride knowing that you just beat the hardest star in all of Mario 64. I disliked first of all the bad 4 stars, so the rest of the game was shockingly easy. So that was fun. But then after collecting my 120th star, I realized I did it. A goal I've been trying to do for pretty much all my life. I just did. Shooting up to the castle roof was a magical moment, and finally hearing Yoshi's broken ass English and a surprisingly heartwarming message from the devs, then watching the life count tick up to 100, I went to bed after that, and I cried a little, knowing that I finally did it. Mario 64 is a hard game. The fact that I beat every bad 4 star on my first try is pretty much just luck on my part. Any other day, I would have been here for way longer. But honestly, by the end of the run, Mario 64 didn't control so weird anymore. The levels didn't feel as rough. The game didn't feel like it aged as much. At the beginning of this video, I made a claim that Mario 64 aged terribly. And yeah, I was right. But give it some time and the age starts to wear off, and it feels like you're playing the game for the first time all over again. And it was simply magical. Tune in next week where I rank all the stars in this game. I'll make the rest of the rankings later. Then after that, I'll 100%... Wait, what releases after Mario 64? Next, I'll 100% Mario Galaxy.